One of my favorite places to hang out in Las Vegas has to be the fountains of Bellagio. You know, the ones you've seen at Ocean's 11, for example? Hey, I love to watch. But of course, the water dances to the greats. Bocelli, Pavarotti, Sinatra. But today, they left me up here alone.
All right, the song you just heard, NASCAR Love, available for downloading on iTunes. You can also download the ringtone from Jamster.com. So think DW on your iPod. Coming next, Jeff Hammond on your nerves. Wow. But that was good. That was a neat little bit.
See, I'm looking out for you, buddy.
No, I loved that, man. Huh? Good job. You were really spouting
making it water dance.
So the fountains at the Bellagio really were working to the music.
It was unbelievable,
really?
Chris.
Okay.
I mean, it's modern technology at its finest.
If that's
you know nothing about.
If that's the fountain of youth, get Dick Bergman to jump in. All right, Jeff Gordon is one of just a...
It turned to water, Rusty.
Jeff Gordon's a handful of drivers who have participated in all 11 Las Vegas races. He's won here, he's lost here. No matter where he finishes, though, Jeff always provides what this town appreciates, a good show.
There's a man going around taking names.
Jeff Gordon's a winner.
The hairs on your arm will stand up.
Jeff Gordon arguably is the best driver that's ever been in this sport.
When the man comes around.
I'm so fired up here.
In Vegas, if you don't like a blackjack table, you just get up and move. You can't do that with racetracks. Now, Jeff Gordon likes this racetrack. The big question, though, today, do you like your race car?
Well, I certainly did yesterday. You know, this car, the Impala, is definitely a finicky race car. And, you know, we had some moments yesterday where the car was awesome and other moments where we were questioning some things. But really excited about this DuPont Nicorette team and the way that they've been performing this year already in a short time. You know, we've had fast race cars. I think we're going to have another one today, but I'm just anxious. You know, this is a track that we've never run this car at before, and I think there's a lot of unanswered questions for a lot of us, and it's going to be very interesting.
You called it finicky. That kind of sounds like a woman. See, I can say that. As the girl, I can say that.
Yeah, you can say that. I didn't say that. My wife's perfect. No, you know what, it is. You go into the, you know, in the corners and it's whether you're hitting a splitter, you know, whether you're on the bump stop too hard, not enough. The transitions, you know, with this car are just very difficult. Plus the grip level is just not quite there. I like the car. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I think we've seen some great racing. You know, it's just trying to get more time to work out some of the bugs and try to figure out how we can continue keep, you know, the car feeling the way we want it to feel, get everybody comfortable and put great racing out there on the track.
DW wants to know if you've caught a show while you're in Vegas.
I've been so busy. I've had 4 appearances. You know, just my sister's birthday was yesterday, which happy birthday, Kim. And, you know, with the baby, we have no time for shows right now.
Well, he's hoping to put on a show today. He did that in 2001. That's when he won this race at Vegas. Chris?
Thanks, Krista and Jeff. How about him, though, talking about the new car and the handling here?
I want to talk about the car, but I got to tell you this real quick. When Jeff Gordon first started racing, little kid racing quarter midgets, he took his sister to the racetrack with him because he didn't like to kiss the other girls, and so he would have his sister present him with his trophy.
Really? Is that Kim who he's wishing happy birthday? Oh, that's
you're the beauty queens right there.
Yeah, he told me that a while back. But the new car, I tell you what, this thing's a work in progress.
It'll be
it's
a
work in progress.
And the wind, Jeff, with that wing, I mean, the effect it'll have.
He's talking about the balance of this thing right now. That wing could have an effect as far as getting the car loose. These guys have been fighting all week long. He talked about the grip of the car getting over on the left front on that bump stop and kicking back on the right rear, so the car's kind of teeter-tottering a little bit. That's the biggest problem going off there, and because the racetrack is kind of rough getting down in one.
Turn one's the big problem, and the car goes in there and it hits and it skips.
Bap, bap.
So things
out of here
could get finicky. It's time for our news and notes. And Las Vegas Motor Speedway owner Bruton Smith, he wants to add another race here. Hey, currently, you know what the race pours into the Las Vegas economy? More than $133 million. Also, if Robbie Gordon loses his appeal with NASCAR next week, he may just run the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 on the same day. Gordon still believes he has a good chance to win his appeal. And Kurt Busch, the hometown favorite, never forgets where he came from. In fact, he was out signing autographs autographs at the souvenir trailer. He's done this 248 of the last 251 races. That is a nice thing to do. Time for Gas and Go. We're never dark on Sundays. We run the clock. We ask the questions.
Where's the clock?
All right, right here.
Okay.
15 seconds. Daryl, you have 15.
Why do I always get the first question?
What do you think of this car on the track? Because the drivers are talking about super fast speeds, especially through the turns.
Yeah, it's a learning process. They're learning this car. And if all you hear them talk about is the bump stops. Why don't you get rid of them? Okay. I mean, if they're causing so much trouble, get rid of the stupid things. Put some spring in the front of that car and get rid of those old soft springs and those old bump stops.
Right on time.
That's the smartest thing you said in a long time.
All right, crew chief, Jeff, for you, what do you think of the comeback performances of Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, the way they have rallied so far?
That's what you expect from champions, Chris. I mean, that's why you race. When you have a bad day, you turn it around the following week, and that's the reason why we run so many races. You have opportunities to have highs and lows, but now's the time to get on track, guys, and get up in that top 12 and stay there.
Yeah, Gordon went from 38th in points up to 14th, a great leap. All right, Daryl, will Martin Truex Jr., this 15 seconds, will he be able to keep DEI competitive? He was 6th last week.
Why'd you ask me that question?
Because you had a little spillover from last week.
Well, yeah, Martin is a great driver, and I like Bono as crew chief. If they can keep Mark Martin running good, that'll feed off. I think they can feed off of him. I think that's the key to their success, is keeping Mark happy,
can they
keeping him competitive.
Keep up though with the Childress or the Roush Gibbs, those other teams, or are they?
I can't. I don't know.
You don't know.
They got their work cut out for them. They're not there now, that's for sure.
That's fair enough. All right, with the bell. Jeff, for you, now that February's over, Tony Stewart's never won a race in February, and Las Vegas, one of the few tracks, only 4 that he's never won on. What about his chances today, and is this the month he gets going?
Well, he was running extremely good yesterday. You see him talking to your favorite friend right there, so hopefully he's learning something about how to handle Las Vegas. But I really believe these guys are on the verge of breaking through and getting into victory lane. You know, he's been strong the last couple of weeks. And I've got no reason to believe he could not win today.
All right, I'm opening for Carrot Top next month.
I think Tony could dye his hair red, and they get close.
All right, Jeff, how many teams stayed out west after last week, and is that an advantage? Did it help with preparation? Can that be a hassle?
It can be a hassle. A lot of the guys, they went back home, they swapped a lot of stuff around, but there's a lot of teams that are just dog-tired right now and need to get home. I mean, that's the key thing right now. Everybody's looking so much to getting done in Phoenix. A lot of teams told me they may just run that one session on Monday and get out of there because they feel like Atlanta is more important than Phoenix.
All right, Daryl, 15 seconds. Casey Mears, 2 DNFs to start the season. Yeah. Can he dig out of the hole? What are his chances of making the chase?
Just when I look at him, when I see him doing interviews and everything else, he looks like a guy that's really down in confidence. Getting off to a bad start. You got these superstar teammates, and try to compete at that level, and getting off to the kind of start he's gotten off to. Made a little mistake at Daytona, had trouble last week. This guy needs to get going.
He got a little bit of trouble at Daytona, but it was the water at California. He got victimized.
The water got all of us there. All right, Jeff, real quick.
Common denominator.
How happy will teams be to get closer to home after the West Coast? We have Atlanta, Bristol coming up. Then a weekend off.
Why is he lobbing you all these easy questions, and he throws all the hard ones at me?
Because you're smarter than I am, but I believe they're really looking forward to going home.
That's the smartest thing you said lately.
They're looking forward to going home.
That's not saying much. All right, for both of
I saw
you.
your picture in that little school deal there.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Since we're in Vegas, what long shot do you like today? Give me a long shot, not a favorite. Is there a driver out there? Go ahead, you got one?
Hurry.
22.
All right.
22.
Dave Blaney?
19. I like Elliott Sadler.
All right, once again, you guys passed.
19, 20, 22, it doesn't matter.
Nice work. We're going to give you the odds, too, because legally, they're posted here in Vegas. If you have a question for our guys, anytime, anything pops into your mind, you can get the answers. Go to foxsports.com. It's a special NASCAR website. Type in your question. Daryl, Larry, Jeff, they're there 24/7 to answer it. Go to foxsports.com/askthepros. It's built by the Home Depot, and it's interactive.
No wonder I'm so tired.
Last week at the race in Fontana, ZZ Top performed in concert, and for Daryl and Jeff, it was a hairy experience. Of course, I know you guys always dive into your surroundings. What do you think of Vegas so far? You guys having a good time? You enjoying yourself? They stayed in the casino too long. Coming up, we'll get you ready for the race. 400 miles at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We could have asked, do you like the name Digger? There you go, Patrick. Thank you.